We recording this? Oh, we are. Okay. All right. So let's get started. First episode of SP Signals. Luke, you look great today, buddy. You
Thank
well
you.
rested coming off
Thank
that
you, Sean.
PTO.
Got my Oregon State Beavers shirt on. Still still sticking to the old Pac-12. So
Yeah. All right. Oregon State Beavers. I can honestly say, not that I'm a big college football fan. We have professional sports in Boston, but I've
oof.
never heard of the Oregon Beavers. Do tell.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's because you've heard of the Oregon Ducks, which is my rival. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of the Oregon Ducks
Okay, well
either.
then you have some personal problems, Sean.
You're the one that lives in Oregon, buddy. We
Fair
won't go
point.
down, won't go down that road. But hey, we're starting this podcast, SP Signals. It's sponsored by a program called Powered by Nutanix, which we're going to talk about, of course. But we're really starting it up because of, there's a lot of changes in the market that are happening fast. I mean, there's disruption all over the place. There is, pressure on SPs for margins and gaps in innovations. And of course, customers are demanding more. And so I wanted to start this podcast as, a way to dive into programs for service providers who want to build differentiated, validated, scalable solutions powered, of course, by Nutanix. And that's what we're doing here. I hate to say this, to use the word safe space for service providers. I think that's just overused and ridiculous. But it's kind of like that. So, and Luke, that's why I brought you in, buddy, because I know that you're the end all be all to service providers.
Yeah, it's interesting, Sean. If you know this, but so for everyone else, I actually worked at a service provider, one of the largest service providers in the world, for about 15 years. I'm actually pretty new to Nutanix, and I was
Yeah,
on the product management space. Service providers are in such a unique spot because they have endless opportunities to differentiate themselves. So they take the best of all worlds, right? Hardware, software. Um, and that's great, but it's also complex. And then when you throw
yeah,
something in like the disruption and virtualization that everyone's aware of, it's like throwing a wrench into it, and those differentiations can also become like true challenges to keep their
right.
customers happy because they're the ones that have to deal with all the disruption on the back end, and the clients expect them to handle it. But it
Yeah.
makes it tough, really
Yeah,
tough.
it does. And speaking of tough, that's where our guest comes in. Well, I
Oh
have a
boy,
secret guest. Yeah, I have a secret guest today. I'm going
is
to
this going
tease
to
it
be a
out.
common thing, Sean? Are you going to
It
bring
is.
in guests?
I'm setting the tone of this. Well, nobody wants to listen, just me and you, though.
Yeah, that is
That would
fair.
be-
Fair point.
So we need somebody in here to spice it up. So I'm going to give you some hints about this guest who I'm bringing in, then we'll reveal them. But this person, notice how I'm not identifying gender even. This person has a secret past. And before becoming a cloud strategist, they actually started their career in architecture, like Frank Lloyd Wright
Wow.
architecture. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Like the Doric Ionic columns. That's the only thing I remember
Yeah.
from my architecture class. But they worked for a series of nonprofits. But this is the one that I found that I love the most about this person. They're a member of several clubs, and they're a member of a consulting club. They're a member of a finance club. They're a member of a technology club. So this is a wild and
Wow,
crazy
that's an
person,
interesting combo there.
right?
Yeah.
Wild and crazy person. I don't know if they're a member of a fight club. They won't talk about it. But can you guess who it is? Any guesses?
Man, that sounds like a Marvel character almost to me.
They are a Marvel character. And so I'm going to welcome to the podcast stage your friend and mine. His friends call him Abby. His family calls him Abhishek, and he tells me to call him Senior Director of SPs.
Hey,
Abhishek Vaya, welcome to the stage, my friend.
Hey guys,
There he
Abby,
is.
looks like I
Boy,
didn't
you
get the
are a
orange
Marvel
memo.
character.
yeah, he just amped up the quality of this call big
Yes,
time. Big
both in
time.
looks and talent.
Yeah. But hey, Abby, after I did some of that digging and discovered you have this whole Batman-like persona, this spy story going on, alternate identity, where you were designing technology, is that right? Architect?
Yeah, I started as an architect, got interested in technology for architecture, so
Yeah.
got into design technology, and then I was like, hey, if I can do this for one industry, why not try in the industry where it all started? So that's
Yeah.
how my journey started.
So when you walk into data centers today, do you still look at them and mentally say, are they up to code? architecture
I
when
do look at I do look at how the HVAC
no,
works and how the yeah
yeah,
I go in more of the technical details now
yeah,
more
yeah.
than the architectural, but yeah.
It's still there.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you because there's a lot of shift going on, and specifically, like I was talking to Luke about the SPs and what they need today. But why do SPs need something different? Why now? Why change now? Why something different now?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I think to me, it's because their customers are asking for something different, right? So if you are a customer and you have an IT need, you have a plethora of choices, right? You have all the hyperscalers, you can do it on your own. But SPs are the ones who actually bring the best of both worlds, right? So they bring the cloud-like model, but they also get this personal touch. What customers want, they don't want just another vendor who is providing them IT services. They want
Yeah,
someone who can actually partner with them, become their trusted advisor, right? So to enable to do that, the SPs also look for their vendor in the same lens, right? So they don't just want another IT vendor. They want someone who can actually work with them, who can evolve with them. And I think
yeah,
that's where we see a lot of success happening with our SPs.
yeah. And
Exactly.
so with SPs, now obviously we're looking at it from a Nutanix perspective.
Hmm.
And we have something, and I know I mentioned it as the sponsored by, and I look to you, Luke, as well, to chime in. Help me out with this one. I said sponsored by, powered by Nutanix, but what the heck is powered by Nutanix actually mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know what, Sean? Think of it as literally Nutanix on the back end, right? Of the products that SP is taking to market. But it's even from the Nutanix point, we've got the lens of their perspective and their products. It's not about Nutanix trying to sell our wares to the service provider.
Yep.
It's a true partnership, right? Allowing them to use the benefits of Nutanix to the greatest availability and put it out there so that they can actually show that they didn't do this on their own. They're partnering with the best, and what comes out is a product that is verified by a second source,
There you go.
and adds
Yeah.
that adds validation, credibility, all that stuff.
Yeah, it
Well, I
puts the
need to be
customer at ease.
validated every day. I mean, that's a rule of thumb for me. And my wife's job
Yeah.
is exhaustive because she has to validate me. Yes, you're a good person and that type of thing. But what were you saying, Abby? What's validation in our terms?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, just don't we all need some sort of validation that this is what puts the other party at ease, right? Yeah, there is someone
Yeah.
backing this person or this
Mm-hmm.
this organization.
Okay, so really what it is it's powered by Nutanix. It's the SP getting that validation and verification of what their offering is. And that's for whose benefit though? Is it for my benefit? Is it the SP benefit, the customer? Who's
Yeah, I
going to
think
be?
you got it ultimately is the customer. That's what matters. But for the SP, it just is an easier way for them to have that conversation and the trust to be built between the service provider and the products they're offering and their clients. That's the
Yeah.
ultimate goal.
Okay. Now I'm going to take a dramatic sip of coffee and I'm going to ask you the question. This will be our first call to action. Where are people right now going to go to learn more about Powered by Nutanix? Dramatic sip starting now.
Well, we've got the program itself is literally kicking off as we speak. I've done a blog on the Nutanix corporate site. We're gonna have a lot of marketing material, landing pages coming out. But so the audience is getting an early look. Honestly, at what we see as kind of our biggest key to upping the partnership with our SPs and making them successful, and having Nutanix be a key part of that, not just for the virtualization and the infrastructure, but the whole stack.
All right, tune in for part two of this episode. Link down in the comments below. Enjoy.